about 36 students who find themselves in their school building suddenly adrift in a void-like dimension with supernatural powers awakening in some of them, as a sense of detachment begins to divide the group. And despite the student council's attempt to impose order, they clash with the students possessing supernatural abilities who rebel against their strict control. That sounds interesting for you? Roll the intro. We are back with another anime review, and here I'm reviewing the anime called Sonny Boy, where we have 36 students who, them and their school bullying, suddenly adrift in a void-like dimension. Some of them possess supernatural powers they wake up, some do not. And while the student council tries to attempt to some type of control despite the situation, they soon realize that the conflict between them must be put aside, as the world itself that they are placed in has set its own rules, and following them is necessary for survival. After one of the students decides to take a leap of faith, the school switches dimensions once again, while they deal with the unique challenges and circumstances that each world presents. Students must unravel the mystery phenomena and find their way back home. This anime has about 12 episodes. It's a really good, interesting anime if you like puzzles, which it kept me guessing. I never knew like which way the anime was going to turn. It premiered July 16th to October 1st of 2021. It's an original series, and each episode is 20 minutes and it's like PG-13. And from our three protagonists that we will be facing, we have the first character, Nagara, who's our first protagonist, who, when you find the opening scene, you'll find him just laying about. Nothing seems to be ordinary about him at first glance. And then, he's encountered another student along with the students that are trapped along in the school building alongside him. And there are other students who will meet and have their own different spotlight. But first, we have our three main protagonists that we're dealt with. From left, we have Mizuru, middle, Nagara, and in the right, you have Nazumi. For the street students you'll be focusing on while watching this anime, which I found really interesting, is that for me to not have watched Sonny Boy earlier is really intriguing. It really was an interesting anime about, their reimagining of drifting classrooms. Some students lost in the limbo of them having some interesting supernatural powers, and some people who don't have any. And I think for Sonny Boy, I think it could be a metaphor of Japanese school system, the work system, and the emotional issues that some of these characters stem from for the middle of their middle school graduation. I think also what's hard to see behind the schools, you have some friendships are developing amazing talent, and maybe you're not, and maybe you have to take a little faith out into the real world, and nothing comes free. You have to stand up and work for it. Pretty much every episode comes boiling down to some type of similarity of coming of age theme, and everything from interesting to innovative that the show does to certainly achieve the depth of this right. I think the first beginning of the episode, this makes people who were nothing special about them yesterday are special now and getting this great gift of supernatural abilities. Of course, you want to see how they're going to test their newfound abilities and with their powers and how they take responsibility, become independent. And then, trying to see how all the needs are met and trying to build this confident maturity while they're trying to get back to their real world. But overall, this anime is a work of art. It's obviously a modern masterpiece without me. It's not too flashy, it's consistent, fluid animation, and also it gives like post 2011 vibes, especially since anime came out in 2021. But it's really good. So I think if you like that type of like puzzle aspect of this anime, is definitely for you, trying to figure out how are they gonna get home and how they got there in the first place. But definitely check out Sunny Boy if you haven't already. And I give this anime a probably like a 7.9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it a lot. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. And let me know what you think down in the comments below. And I'll see you soon for another anime review. Until then, bye.